there. So glad that you're joining me today. I'm Priscilla, and this is The Chat with Priscilla. It's where we sit down and we chat about things that hopefully will be a blessing to your life. Today I'm excited because I get to introduce you to a couple that I have known for about 2 decades now. They have made an imprint not only on me personally and the lives of the people who are around them personally, but they have made an imprint on the entire world. I'm talking about Grammy award-winning gospel artist Kirk Franklin and his wife Tammy. We're gonna have a great conversation today, so stay tuned. I'm so glad that you're here. We're having a great conversation. We've actually already been having this conversation with these two folks. They're already over here laughing. They're already ready for the conversation because they enjoy each other and we're enjoying them, aren't we? We're having a great time. Listen, this is part 1. So part 2. So if you've already, if you're joining us right now, then you need to go back, make sure that you've listened to part 1 and watch part 1 because we've already had a great time talking with each other about being married, about life, about love, about lessons that you've learned all along the way. So just help me once again to just thank them for joining us today and being a part of our program. Okay, I wrote down some questions.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you guys this question about the other person, okay?
And this is easy for me.
This is easy is this easy for you?
He thinks he knows me so well, but yeah.
But I bet, are you still, my mom always told me that you need, I never understood this really. Be vulnerable and open whenever you get married, Priscilla, be open with your spouse, but it's always nice to maintain just a smidge of mystery.
Yes, my mother told me that.
Did your mother tell you that?
Yes.
Has she done that? Has she been able, is there a little mystery of Tammy that just kind of keeps you kind of hanging on?
No. I know everything about my baby. I know everything about my girl.
Is that true, Tammy? Do you think he knows everything about you?
For the most part, but I mean, we married when I was 25. I'm 46 now, and so I'm not the same person. So, I would say for the most part, yes, but.
Does he make it his business to know
yes,
all
he does.
of it? So he seems to be he is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's curious.
Womanly man. I'm a very
what do you
womanly
mean by
man.
womanly man? You got to be careful saying stuff like that.
Tammy says, because we have a joke.
Yeah.
I tell him that
Yes.
he's mixed with girls.
Well, because he's an artist. And so,
Yes.
he's a very emotional, he's a very intrinsic person. He's a very deep thinker.
Mm-hmm.
And are you that way in your relationship with her? Do you want to get into
I
the
drive
depths of
her crazy.
asking her questions?
Yeah, she said, boy, leave me alone. But I always want to know.
He wants to know, and then sometimes he's overly protective.
Yes.
Just while being here in Nashville, I said, baby, you don't have to run to my rescue every little, like if I hit my toe, baby, you okay? Is everything okay? You good? It's like.
You're like, yes, my toe is fine.
I am good, yes.
Well, we think you should appreciate that.
I do. Whoa.
Anybody
All
ought
right.
to appreciate
All
that.
right.
Now, I got to tell you, Jerry is actually not an artsy person, and he is a very internal person, but for other reasons.
He's a man,
but he's attentive like you are, like he cares about the details, and guys like you can get overly protective. You can get overly protective, I'm just saying, because she's a woman who needs a little freedom in her life, a little movement in her life, so how do you balance that?
I give her freedom. Yeah, like.
How do you balance that then, Tammy, with appreciating his attentiveness, but at the same time saying, babe, I actually need you to just let me, I'm grown, let me just do it.
I try, I hope I do anyway. I try to let him know how much I appreciate him. I mean, my husband can get up at 4, 6 in the morning to be leaving to go out of town. And just the other morning when he was leaving, I raised up and I said, babe, I appreciate you, thank you. And he was like, for what? And I said, doing what you're doing right now, And so I try to let him know, whether I send him a text or whatever, that I appreciate you, thank you, I appreciate what you do for us. But at the same time, there are times where I'll have to say, babe, I'm okay, I promise, because sometimes my husband can make me feel like I'm in a little bit of a bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, the last couple of years, where I was going to say allowed, but I'll change my wording to, he's now okay with me driving at night. Like before, at 8 o'clock, Unless I was with someone.
Because I don't want nothing to happen. I want to make sure she's okay.
So you didn't want to leave the house after 8 o'clock?
He wanted me. Not in a protective. He didn't trust me. It was just so protective, of me that he's like
dark outside.
He's like craziness happens when the sun goes down.
Yeah, just stuff like that. I mean, but not like you can't go.
No, it wasn't like that. But my bone of what I was able to say what I needed to say.
It wasn't Amistad.
No, it wasn't that. But when our children,
you can't go into.
when our kids started driving and became of age, and they were out at night, and I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
Our kids are driving.
Watch out. No, it was just.
What was it? Why didn't you want her to
She's a little bitty woman.
She is a small woman.
Tiny bitty itty woman, and I just don't want anything to happen to her because she's so itty bitty, and I didn't want anything to happen to her.
I'm small, but I'm mighty. I can
She is
take care of
mighty.
myself.
Tammy's got a little fire in her. Can y'all tell she got a little fire?
A lot of fire.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
All right. So I'm going to ask you guys these questions, and I want you to just give the response that you think applies to the other one, okay?
Okay.
What is the other's favorite simple pleasure?
Getting her feet rubbed.
Oh gosh, yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Getting your feet rubbed.
Yeah, it is.
I know
Nobody
everything. I know everything.
And do you do the foot rubbing?
Yes.
Or do you send her off to get a massage?
Yeah, no, he
Is
rubs
he good
me.
at it?
Oh my goodness, he's amazing.
What?
Yes. And you know what's cute?
If my music career ever suffers, I'm opening up a foot store.
You know what he
Gonna rub
does?
feet.
You know what he does is so cute, and I fall for it every time. He's like, "Did you hear that?" And I'm like, "What?" It's your feet saying that they need some attention. And I'm like, "Yes," like a little puppy. Yes. Because yes, he does it very well. His simple pleasure, he just likes to be watching movies.
He likes to watch movies. Like
yes.
not in the theater, at home.
At home.
At home. But you
At
guys
home.
are
But
movie
he-
buffs
but-
in the you like
But he will. I think one of our records was going to see a movie at a theater. We saw 4 movies in a row.
Yeah.
Like
so happy.
Yeah, that's y'all's thing.
He
Yeah.
loves that.
And you guys do that. You have a tradition after Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner.
Christmas dinner and Thanksgiving Day. We go.
You find what's out and you
we
go
find
see.
what's out and we take everybody. Whole crew.
The whole crew, and the whole crew means the whole
It may be
crew.
30, 40 people.
Yeah, it'll be like 30, 40 of them that go out. That's
Yes.
good. Okay. What does your spouse do? What is it that they do that makes you go, what? Like they do it regularly and you just kind of go, what?
Tammy can fall without anything being in her way. Tammy can fall going up the stairs.
Really?
Now, this is crazy. Tammy was a cheerleader. She was the varsity captain of a cheerleading squad
Yes, I
in high
was.
school. Tammy can dance. She's a great dancer.
She is,
But
yes.
my baby is clumsy.
Are you clumsy?
I am
Tammy
so
will run.
clumsy.
Tammy will run into stuff that's not even there.
It's not there. Have you always been clumsy?
Yes. Yeah.
It is. It's
I don't know
scary.
how it happens. I think I'm so
That's
low.
why he don't want you going out.
But like, I don't know how this happens.
I don't want you running into something that ain't there.
I think because I'm so low to the ground, I can be walking past the door and it will yank my my belt loop where I'm like, whoa, and I'm stuck. I'm like, how does that happen?
She
to
could be
me?
walking on carpet,
Yeah.
and I hear boom, 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 and she's on the floor of the carpet.
Just sprawled out
Just like this.
It's
and
true.
sometimes she'll lay there for because she's embarrassed, so she'll just lay there. And she gets up, and I'm looking at her like. So
Do you immediately sympathize or do you
I
laugh a
laugh
little bit?
now.
Do you laugh?
I laugh now.
laugh,
Well, if she's not screaming or anything, but if she just lays there, I'm like,
Yeah, he checks on me first.
You keep talking about how small y'all are. How tall are you, Tammy? No heels. How tall are you?
4'11" and a half.
And I was gonna say put my half on there. Yes.
So 4'11".
And a half.
Kirk?
And I'm 6'1".
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
5'5". So it's like the Lord made y'all for each other. Like you just made for each other.
are.
But why you got to do that? What?
It's just so
Well, when people meet us, like for the first
Like
time, they're
we're trolls.
they're like, oh my gosh, y'all are so cute.
Like we're little.
yeah, like y'all are.
Yeah, like
We're grown people.
You're like, I'm almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
Stop stop talking to me like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're grown
Yeah.
people.
We get that a lot.
But you know what? Sometimes though, when y'all aren't like dressed up and stuff, like I remember one time we were at your house for some holiday. I don't know. Our families would celebrate holidays a lot years ago, mostly more than now. But I remember we were at your house, and girl, you had on, this was 4th of July, and you had on shorts, you had on a tank top, and you had your hair in 2 pigtails.
Yeah.
So you looked like you were 12 years old. So y'all, sometimes when you're going through the airports and stuff or doing life, regular life, and y'all have on your little whatever, gym shorts or whatever, you really kind of look like
We
toddlers.
have to dress up to be able to ride the rides at
Oh, my
Six Flags.
God.
Sometimes they don't.
Okay,
Whatever.
it's his turn. The question
No, it's
was,
my
what does
turn.
he do? Yeah.
Okay.
What does he do that just makes you go, what?
He asks me crazy questions all day long. He knows that they're kind of stupid. So, there could be a little kid, a toddler, walking around, and he'll say, "Baby, has anyone had a baby that big?" I'm like, "Has anyone had a baby that big?" I'm like, "You mean like?"
Giving birth to a
Yeah.
baby
Yes,
as big as that toddler.
like a toddler, like a 2-year-old walking around.
And he'll just,
He'll say, "Babe, you think anybody's ever had a baby that big?" That's just an example of the foolery.
and the thing is, y'all
That-
need to know that his behavior on this sofa,
Oh, he's
this
being
is
kind of calm.
he's being calm. I'm actually disappointed because I thought you were going to come out here and really give him Kirk so they can see the real Kirk. Like, you're being kind of calm, Kirk.
Well, most of them don't know me, and I don't want to scare them.
You don't want to scare the people.
Yeah.
No, you know it's sad when.
And I want them to like me.
No, you know it's sad when.
Because I have abandonment issues.
You're so silly. You know it's sad when you're on the way to your kid's school and the kids are saying, "Now, Daddy, behave."
Behave. That's true.
Behave,
Kirk,
Daddy.
you're kind of, first of all, you do have a bad case of ADD.
Yes.
You're
yes.
all over the place all the time.
ADHD.
And so hyperactive.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know, that works for you in the concert.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You be bouncing all over the place.
And when I'm home, I bounce all over the place.
You do. This
Yeah,
is,
but I love having
Unless he's
fun
having
with
a
my
chill
kids.
day. When he's watching his movies, he's like,
yeah.
That's why I don't say nothing. If he
Or
wants-
reading.
when he wants
you
to
know,
watch the movies.
Trying to read
Yeah.
or-
Yeah. He's like, I mean, he can watch.
Do
Sometimes
you
it's
give him
all
medication?
day.
You know how sometimes parents will give their kid a little Benadryl so that the kid will.
That's not quite
Do you
his
drug him?
medication.
Do you drug him?
Well,
Okay, here we go. What is your spouse afraid of or insecure about?
She is afraid of not
He
having.
is quick, Tammy.
I know,
He's
right?
like,
I'm good. She's
Okay.
afraid of not having lights on at night.
you need. Do you need to have
I have to
lights?
tell them. No, it's not like all the lights.
Okay.
I just
You need
have
a night
to
light.
have-
No.
Yeah.
Not like a little bit of light by the bed. No. I come home from studio look like a concert is going on in my house.
Okay.
No, that's me not being good with turning the lights out. That's
Okay.
what that is.
But why do you need light?
you know,
Has it been that way your whole life?
it has. It's just something that's carried over. And then he travels a lot,
Yeah.
too. And so it's just it's almost like having a little comfort blanket. It's just
So at night, when you guys are going to sleep, you need a light on in the room.
no. Now if he's at home, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm totally fine. It's more so when I'm by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, but he's so evil. Sometimes he'll like close the door and cut off the light, and I'm like, you know, I need a light.
You can ask me anything. I got you.
Well, let me just say this though. That was a good answer, except I was thinking more about her internal insecurity. Because see,
no.
other women can look at a package like this, where she's got a good life. She is taken care of. She has a husband who cares about whether or not she stubbed her toe. She can't drive after 8. And you know what? At 46 years old, she's looking mighty, mighty
Amen.
good. She is. So a woman, we have a tendency to look at other women and think she's never intimidated by anything. She's never insecure. She doesn't have any problems or any fears or any worries. So I'm wondering, when you think about your wife, what are internal insecurities that you do see that despite all the beauty and the bounty that God has given her, which all of us do, we have insecurities?
It was very shocking to me to discover that she didn't realize how beautiful she was. And it was very shocking for me to discover she didn't know how brilliant she was. Mm-hmm. And it was very shocking for me to know that she's always wanting to know because she kills it as a mom.
Yeah,
she
she's a
kills
great
it
mom.
as a wife, but she's always wanting to know. And so those things were very shocking to me that she did not have this super, because again, when you look at Tammy, you think, how could somebody like that not know? Like I asked her earlier, again, I asked her one of those crazy questions
Today.
and today at the hotel. I said, girl, when did you first realize you were fine? And she
As I'm eating my salad, I'm like,
and she started laughing, and like it's amazing to know that what I see, she doesn't know. So I'm always telling her, I'm always hitting her. You're so beautiful. You're so pretty. And then she's very smart. Like I want her to start overseeing some things that I have, some visions that I have in the future, some
Tammy, that
businesses.
would be awesome.
Oh, she's a
You'd be
beast
great.
at it.
You'd be great at
she's
that,
a
yeah.
beast at it. And so it was very shocking to know and discover that she didn't internally possess what I could externally see.
Okay, Kirk, what is your assessment of why that is? Not for Tammy, but women in general. When you look at the culture the way it is,
Oh, it's a good question.
why do you think that we struggle so hard to really appreciate the gifts, the talents, the beauty that the Lord has given to each of us individually and uniquely? Why is it so hard for us to see what God sees or what our spouse might see in us?
Because the culture, society, and even the doggone church, we have sucked in the honoring and the reverence of women. We have sucked, through millennia. Way before the Reformation. We've always had this systematic approach of mentally and emotionally demising women so that they have never been able to see themselves through the lens that God has seen us as equal. And so that is very unfortunate. That it's almost been a systemic ideology, sometimes even systemic doctrine that has destroyed the power, the influence, and silenced many of the opportunities that the world has needed to advance. There was inside of a woman to be able to speak, to be able to give direction, life, and innovation. Like every ministry company that I've ever had has been ran by a woman. Like I am a fan of women because of the knowledge and how they execute that knowledge has always been something that I've always gleaned from. Now, some would say that's because you'd have a mom, whatever the case is, but it doesn't take away from that truth. That is still a factual truth that we have sucked in doing a job of empowering women to be able to be what they were godly ordained to have. And I'm always doing it with my daughters. Like my daughters, I'm always wanting them to go do interns and run this and do that and empower this. I don't want them, again, there's nothing wrong with being a wife and a mom, but I want them to know that whatever they want to do,
Right.
Daddy will bust his butt to make sure it happens. You want to lead, you want to own, you want to open up, whatever you want to do. You want to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is, I will give you all the tools you need because I'm a fan and I'm very passionate and disappointed at how we have instilled in our young women, young African-American women, what power and influence and true beauty is.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Tammy?
Was that good?
it's very good. Very, very good.
Tammy,
Yes.
what is his insecurity?
You sure ain't long enough.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Whew. It always amazes me. I think that God has gifted my husband to write some of the most amazing songs that bring about healing and deliverance. And I remember when he was working on the song Imagine Me, which has blessed me tremendously and, so many other people. And he had written like the first, he was on a computer. He had written like the very first lines. Imagine me being free, trusting you totally. And, what's the line?
Loving what I see.
Loving
when
what
the
I
mirror
see.
looks at me.
Imagine me loving what I see when I look in the mirror. And I remember reading those words and literally tears were welling up in my eyes.
That's when I first saw it. That's when I first saw that in her.
I was like, to me, those words were speaking maybe what my soul longed to say but didn't know how to say. And I'm looking at him, and I remember saying to him, "You don't get it, and I guess you're not supposed to." Because he was like, "Is it corny? Is it corny to imagine yourself being better?" Is it? And I mean, and he's been pretty much like that our whole marriage. What do you think? I mean,
Yep.
And, I think that, people will see my husband and they think, oh, he's so cocky, he's so this, he's so self-assured. And, he really fears disappointing God, disappointing his family. And when I say fear, he wants to get it right because he didn't see it done right.
Yep.
And so, he works hard, and sometimes it may seem over the top.
Baby Jesus.
I do call him Baby Jesus.
Why do you call him Baby Jesus?
Her and her friends, they all call me Baby Jesus.
Why you call him Baby Jesus?
Ooh, because, okay, there are things that he does that are exciting, and, so I'm like, babe, are you so excited about this? Oh, I'm just honored that the Lord chose. And I'm like, give me a real human answer, because I'm like, wow, this is so exciting,
Is he being so careful to try to deflect glory away from
Yes.
himself and onto God?
That's it. At our home, we don't have not an award out.
Yep.
My husband, they are in a closet.
Yeah.
And it's because he doesn't want to walk past any of it. And, I'm like, can we put, like, the Grammy that he got for Imagine Me?
You're like, can I please decorate my house with a couple Grammys?
One. And, for me, Imagine Me is such a special song, even for myself, that I thought, well, let's, maybe he'll let me put the Imagine Me Grammy out. Nope. They're all in a closet, probably rusting away, but I have to admire him about that too, because he's like, I don't want to walk past it and, feel like I have to live up to that or
We
to
can
think.
make them flower pots.
So yeah, I would say that am I on point, do you think?
And I think what I appreciate about both of you is that you've made it your business. I mean, I think if there's many things we can pull out of this conversation we're having with them, but one of them is that each of you has made it your business to build the other one up. That you've discovered what the insecurity is, and instead of sort of letting it annoy you, you've decided that it is my responsibility and my privilege to pour into that insecurity instead of be annoyed at it or irritated at it about it, that the Lord has given me the opportunity. Yeah.
She's my cheerleader, and I hope I'm yours.
Yeah, you are.
That's awesome.
You are.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so sweet or salty?
Both.
Does he like to eat in general?
Oh, I thought you meant his attitude.
So his attitude is both sweet and salty?
Yes.
Tell us about the salty part.
Oh, geez.
Oh, my husband can, if you wrong me,
Ooh.
if you wrong our children, if you wrong him, it takes him a while to get over it.
Oh, does it really?
Yes. Where
The
I'm like,
whole thing.
I'm like,
Hold
baby,
them
I
back.
have forgiven. Why don't I'm good. Why don't you? He just,
Can't forgive.
No.
Is it hard for you to let go, Kirk?
Well, I'm a fighter. I'm very quick to pop off, and I have to confess that all the time because I am, and I'm not always proud of it, and I get very. It's almost like I like to fight. I like to argue, That's why I started taking apologetics, because I love being in the barbershop and being able to give a good answer for the faith. When they start talking about Christianity ain't real, it's like, oh, what? What? You gonna say Jesus ain't real? What? So, and I'm serious. I was a perfect student for apologetics,
Yes.
because now it gives me an academic argument for my faith. Oh, but did you know this? So I enjoy that. But if you mess with my woman or my babies,
he will cut you.
I'll be on you. I'll be on you like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
I'll be on you.
But he's a teddy bear. I mean, my girls know who to come to for.
And you keep mentioning
certain
your
things.
kids. We don't know about your kids. Can you tell us just to line them up for us?
Go ahead.
We have Carry-On, who is, 28 now.
Yeah.
Girl, is Carry On 28?
Carry-On is 28.
29 in May.
28.
Oh, my
Carry-On's my bonus son.
Yes.
And then we have Carrington, who's 27.
Should be
And she
28
just-
May.
So can you
Yes.
imagine when we were like dating? I'm like, what's your son's name? Because Carrington and Carrion.
Yeah.
And they're both a year apart. Birthdays are a week apart. And so then we have Kennedy, who's 19.
She's a baby too.
And Kennedy's 4'10". She's our little tiny, I call her my little chihuahua. She's a little feisty, little.
She is feisty.
Woo,
Yes, she is.
She's a little feisty. And she's in her sophomore year at school, in college. And then we have our baby boy, who's the last one at home, Keziah, and he's 16.
16. And Carrington
Carrington just got married.
just got married.
3 weeks ago, and he walked her down the aisle as well as officiated. It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful wedding. And you look good in your dress, girl.
Thank
That's all
you,
I'm trying
girl.
to say.
I worked so hard.
It was
And
a
I'll
good
be
wedding.
taking donations to pay for the wedding.
Y'all, no, let me tell y'all the cutest. He did you know how you do the parting gift for the guest? Well, my husband decided he wants the parting gift to be from himself. Y'all, it was so cute.
The parting gift was from him.
The parting gift.
Okay.
He said, make sure y'all he gets on the microphone at the reception. Make sure you get the gift. It is from me. Y'all, this gift was
It was like bags in the back.
hysterical. Beautifully wrapped, all beautiful, but when you...
I wasn't there. I was so mad. I was out of town.
But you were in India. That's
I was.
awesome.
I wasn't.
Yeah, it
in
was.
India.
You were in
Well,
India.
praise
That's
the
awesome
Lord,
thing.
but I was so sad to be missing this wedding.
The wedding. Okay, so it's all beautifully wrapped. You open up the bag. It is a bottle of water, about like this, 2 packs of Kool-Aid, and then a blue, like those
Soda
solo
cup.
type cups. The water bottle, we had this really cute wrapper. It said, "Broke Daddy."
Broke Daddy?
Broke Daddy. There was a note inside the bag that said, I know the wedding was beautiful and all of this, but now I'm broke. Give me some money. I take food stamps, Walmart, gift card. Groupon. He said, those strings you saw were not for free. And because Kirk is a jokester, as you all can see.
He's a jokester.
Everybody loved it because
course.
it's so him. I mean,
that's a good idea.
it was so cute. It was adorable. I mean, people were posting it online.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
good.
But it was cute, all in fun. But he was kind of sort of no. The signature was seriously.
Sincerely serious.
Yeah, sincerely serious. The broke daddy.
The Broke Daddy.
It was so cute.
That's great. Okay, so here we go. Quick answers. Talking about food.
Okay, food. Yes.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Sweet. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Sweet. So both of you like sweets.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Can I tell you something? This interview, we're supposed to be over now, but let me tell you something. Y'all, they actually are pretty healthy people. They'll work out. They like to eat right, just because they have to keep up with a very demanding lifestyle. So they have to be healthy to do that. All the time zone changes and all that with all the traveling. But they have a cheat day. It's like one day a week where they'll eat. Is it one day a week?
Well, mine's one day a week. His is one day, probably every 2 months.
Okay. Is it just every 2 months?
Yes.
Once a month.
Okay, well, that must be the reason for what I'm about to tell y'all. We were somewhere having Sunday brunch, my family and I. And Kirk happened to come there for Sunday brunch that same day.
You caught him on a cheat day?
Girl, it was a cheat day.
Can't hang with him on a cheat day.
No, he walked in there, and I kid you not, it was a brunch. So they're serving some dinner stuff and some breakfast stuff. This man, we were talking, so we didn't really notice it until afterwards, that he had ordered 2 servings of pancakes, stacks of pancakes. He ate both of them. Then he had waffles. Did you have 1 waffle or 2 waffles? 2 Belgium, I'm talking about big waffles. He ate both of the waffles. And then what else did you eat? Was that it?
An omelet?
An omelet. You had an omelet. Anything else?
No.
So the whole time we're talking, so we didn't really realize until we got up that this man had eaten the equivalent of 18 donuts.
My husband, he's an extreme personality.
He is.
So
It's either all or nothing.
all or nothing. So when he's eating healthy, it might as well be grass. It's just literally that boring.
Yeah.
And then when he decides to cheat, I can't hang with him. I'm like, babe.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, he can go.
Yes.
Next question.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
I'm caramel. So.
I'm
Caramel.
talking about food.
Oh, food. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's a hard question. Our son likes chocolate. I don't.
She
What do you like,
likes
Kirk?
anything sweet.
Yeah. he
Anything
likes
sweet.
anything
So
sweet.
you wouldn't pick between chocolate or vanilla?
Both. Just give me both.
Swirl.
I'm vanilla though. I like
You're vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Let 'em
right.
Swirl.
Beach or mountains for a vacation? for example?
For me?
Yeah.
Which one do you think?
Yeah.
His dream is to be in the mountains for like Christmas, like with snow and all that. So I'm gonna go with mountains since that's what he would like to do.
She's beach.
Yeah, I'm beach.
Beach girl.
Yes.
Okay. Would you prefer to live in the city? Would he prefer to live in the city or live like in the quiet country?
City.
City boy, right there.
I think the quiet country now that I get older.
For yourself?
Yeah.
You would want to be in the country?
Yeah.
Really?
You didn't know that, Tammy?
Yeah.
Because it's always been the city. Like that's been our He's like, when we get rid of all these kids, we're gonna get a condo in the city, and we can walk everywhere. And so, okay, so you've changed on me.
Riding ponies and, you know.
As opposed to horses, you want to get on ponies?
Instead of the big horses, I'll start with the ponies.
Okay. Did we answer for Tammy? You think
She's
she wants
country.
She's country.
Yes, I think
You a
she's
country girl at heart?
But I have to have city amenities.
She has to have HGTV.
I have to have HDTV.
The city needs to be somewhere close.
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Yes, I understand.
City amenities.
Yes.
That's cute.
Drama or comedy?
Both.
Personality?
Both. It's both.
Sitcoms, movies.
Oh, I thought you meant his personality.
Both.
You like both?
Yeah, we both like both.
Both.
Like both.
Yeah.
Is there anything, if you could pick one piece of advice for a couple that wants to be in love and in like 20 years down the road, for the couple that just got married a year ago and they need to know what they could do to keep the fire burning for 20 years, what would that one piece of advice be in 30 seconds? One's from you and one's from you, Tammy.
I would say to the woman, without performing, without not being yourself, make him feel like he can fly. Make him feel like he's a superhero. And he'll always come save your day.
That's awesome. That's
That's
awesome
good,
right there.
babe. Yeah.
This is my camera.
Have y'all seen those Instagram images going around with Kermit?
Yeah, with the
Yes.
Kermit
With the
will say
tea.
something and then he'll go.
With the T.
That's what that reminded me of. Go ahead, Tammy.
30 seconds. Okay, I would say the key word that you just said was like.
Like.
And a lot of times we marry because we love them, but we don't necessarily really know the person to really like them. And then, the like it's continuing. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not the same person that I was at 25 that I am at 46, and you grow and you change together because you're gonna be different. Yeah. You're gonna change, and the key is to change together. A lot of people, you end up hearing, we just grew out of love. And yeah, they probably did change, but we've made it our business to change together. And we sit and we talk about, hey, I like to renegotiate. That's my word I like to use. I like to renegotiate this because I'm a different person now and I don't really like that.
Yeah.
So now when we renegotiate, now she can come home at 9.
You guys help me thank the Franklins for being